Oh, okay. Here's another view I've probably never showed you. We're down at below Wharf Street. And there's like a ramp that goes up here. It's paid parking. These people were going out on a fishing charter over there, so that's where they said the fishing charter was. And we come up here. No left turn. Well, that's pure bullshit. No left turn, eh? My ass. At this hour, it doesn't matter. There are no bicycles on the... See, they put this bike lane in, and there's no bicycles on it, and it's closed. They have barriers in there all over the place. See that curb there and that bike lane? Yeah, anything to make traffic flow worse. It's been quite a successful night. I've got over 300 on. I just lucked out and got some longer fares, and that made a big difference. So I've done well. And now I'm really tired. It is Monday morning. The time is 5:52. I should book 990 off. That's it. I'm booked off. See, booked off. Yeah. It was a quiet night, but I just managed to stay away from everyone, or stay away from other cabs. And by staying away from other cabs, I was able to... Now, the reason I had the phone down was because there was a police car, and I didn't want the policeman to see me with a handheld device, because when you have a handheld device, that's a huge no-no. You're not supposed to have a handheld device. You can get a fine for that, a ticket, a huge fine for having a handheld device. Happened to a friend of mine. Got I think it was a $250 ticket, if not more, just for answering a phone at a red light. Anyways, I'm just bagged. I don't really want to say much more this morning, except that I've done all right. I'm going to the bank to deposit some money, and then I'm gonna go right home. Tuesday morning, 6:15. Just washed the car. And I'm gonna go fuel. Well, first I go to the bank, then I'll fuel. I got a bit of money to deposit. What the hell? That's not supposed to happen. Okay, so the beeper went off, And the reason the beeper went off is because I took the clip out of the seatbelt buckle because I put it away. It was a fairly steady night, and it was pretty good until about, I don't know, I guess it was 10 o'clock when I got my phone started making noises. Now, I had shut off notifications for that regular customer quite some time ago. Now, I suppose the phone resets itself when it does an update of when it updates itself with new software. And so it reset its settings in such a way that I was receiving text messages from my regular again. And she said she had money. I said, okay, fine. She had money. She paid for the fare, or most of it. And she bought some whatever she bought. And I took her back home, and she owed me $10 more. On top of everything she owed me already. Because it took longer, and we had to go farther. Well then. She called me later and said I need to go again. And that's when I went, and I went to get her, but I also shut off my notifications. She says, I'll give you so and so much money. Here's my passport, my bank card, my driver's license, everything. You have my life. And on Friday morning at 3 o'clock, the money will be in the bank. You can go and get it. Yeah. If I don't get any money out of the bank on Friday morning at 3 o'clock, she doesn't get her passport, her driver's license, or anything. I've had enough of this bullshit. Anyway, she volunteered these things to me. She said the money will be in there. Yeah. So after taking her downtown twice, the second time she borrowed money, and she called me again and said, that was crap, I have to go again. Fuck. But this time she didn't text me, she called me. She actually phoned me. Because of course she has my number. Fuck. And yeah, she owes me a considerable sum right now. Now she owes me a little bit more. But the amount that I'm going to take out of the bank, and she said, you may take out this much. The amount that I'm going to take out of the bank is going to be more than what she borrowed this time in the way of rides and cash. Oh, this thing is so stupid. I fucking hate it. I just had to renew my car insurance, and I also had to have a tooth pulled. Getting the tooth pulled cost me $300. It was so loose that it hurt when I bit on it. Yeah, I had to get that tooth pulled, so that cost me $300. Then I had to get the car insurance, and that was $724. When I got to the car insurance, my debit card was declined because I guess there's a $1,000 limit, and the car insurance was $724. So I had to come back and pay $700 on Interac and give them $24 in cash to put my car insurance on. Then I had to pay cash for my whiskey and my groceries, and I had no access to all the money that was in the bank, just because I spent $1,000 on things that I needed. Shit. So now she owes me more money and I'm at the bank. Maybe I can make a little small deposit. I'll be back tomorrow. The time is now 5:03 a.m. It looks like it did a bit of raining, or it's doing a bit of raining. And so the phone camera is focusing on the water droplets on the windshield rather than far away. It was a reasonably okay night. I've done about 220, and that includes a 3-hour break between calls, between my last call and the call before that one. And I just got an answer from a friend of mine who's also driving cab tonight. I told him about the 3-hour break I had, and he sent me a message saying he also had a 3-hour break. Yeah, now at this time, with 1 hour left to go, he wrote me 2 messages already. If I do this, maybe it will focus farther away. Maybe not. Yeah, I've done okay considering what a terrible night it was. He's done terribly considering everything. And I'm gonna go 1 more hour, I guess. Yeah, with those 3 hours between calls, or almost 3 hours between calls, I had a nice nap. And I'm still kind of yawning from that. All to do a $10 fare. Wake me up so I could do a $10 fare. Yeah, not much else to say except that it was a slow night, but I got lucky earlier on, and 220 isn't all that bad, considering how much worse it could have been. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow. Well, it's now 3:09 and we're at the airport, and I just dropped some guys off. The story is like this. They needed 2 cabs to get to the airport. There are 7 of them, and one of those 7 is going to get married soon. It's a bachelor party, and they're having the bachelor party in Portland, Oregon. So they're flying down to Portland to have a bachelor party, and they were not telling the groom where they were going. So aside from that, it's been a slow night. I believe I had about $160 on before this call. Now I have 210 or so, which is better. As long as it's over 200, that's fine. And I still got 3 hours left to go of my shift, which is great. I might just end up watching videos and falling asleep, which is what I was doing. I was falling asleep, and I had dozed off watching a video when I got this call. So that's how the week is going. If anything memorable happens later on this shift, I will tell you about it. Other than that, or aside from that, I'll be back tomorrow. And there's a police. As long as he doesn't see my handheld device, I'm good. I don't think he would have seen a handheld device in the dark. And this phone has no lights on it pointing out of the car, so... Oh yeah, I'm in the clear, I'm good. Yeah, sooner or later I'll be back. There are times when my job is like watching paint dry. Thursday evening. It's pretty quiet. I'm watching videos, but here I am sitting and also watching these guys painting the ceiling there and the wall. Good morning. It's Friday and I don't know what time it is exactly. I don't have a watch because I use the cell phone now, and my watch band broke, so I don't use my watch. I had a pretty good Thursday night. Did about 300, had some lucky trips, and one really amazing thing happened. I think it was Monday, where my regular customer gave me her bank card, her passport, her driver's license, and I already had her diamond ring. Not that I asked for any of this. She volunteered everything. So she said, "You may take so much out for my bank account, because a big check is going in there on Friday morning at about 2:45. So just after 3, I went there with her bank card and got out the money. So she's starting to pay me again, which is great, because I needed the money this time. I had a tooth pulled last week. It cost me $300, and I have to buy some medication tonight, and next week is my chiropractor bill, so I needed the money, and there it was. Now it's in my wallet. Yeah, it was somewhat busy before midnight, and after midnight it slowed down somewhat, and had a couple patches of business in there that made a difference. So yeah, $300 night on Thursday night. Not bad. Now my weekend begins. Oh yeah, also had a nice pleasant walk up the hill with one of the people I know from the neighborhood. This woman, I used to drive her home when she worked at a nightclub many years ago, and she lives just a block away from where the taxi parks, and I'd meet her every so often and sometimes have a little chat. This time we had a little chat going up the hill, which was nice. No, I'm not pushing or forcing anything. I don't mind if I'll be single for the rest of my life. That's okay. It's easier that way. Just do what you want when you want. Don't have to answer to nobody, and that's the end of that. Hope yours is better than mine.